Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary from the sermon on yesterday. Yesterday was a powerful worship experience. The worship was great in both service, the 8 o'clock and the 10 o'clock. The attendance was great, and it was Can't Miss Communion Sunday, and I was so glad to see people in the house of the Lord coming to hear what the vision, because for the next now 2 Sundays is going to be Vision Sundays, and it was such a great joy to share the word with everybody, and they were grabbing it, holding on to it, to know why are we coming to church if there's no vision that we are called to carry out. Several things that we mentioned. One of the antecedents, prerequisites that you have to understand vision is that we mentioned is that vision comes from God. Well, before I just get ahead of myself, it's going to be the text, the talk, and the takeaway. The summary is the purpose of our vision. The purpose of our vision. Put that in the chat area. The purpose of our vision. I'm going to give you the text, the talk, the takeaway. And before I do that, I just simply want to remind you, if you are a life changer, I want to remind you what is the vision of New Life. We combine our vision statement and mission statement into one. We are life changers, changing lives in our lifetime. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do this? A holistic ministry for the entire family, grounded in love in order to save the lost, disciple believers, build strong families, and to be change agents for Christ in the community. That's what we said. And yesterday we spent a lot of time talking about revelation comes from God, and that it is the call on the church to carry out the vision of God in the earth. And we are all included on that. And we do that as a result of being in community. Now, there's three things I want to add to that today. Get it now. I want you to get this. The text, the talk, the takeaway. The text is, again, Habakkuk 2 and 2. Habakkuk 2 and 2. Write the vision, write the revelation, make it plain. Give it to a herald, and he will go into the marketplace and herald it. It will come to pass. It will. Wait on it. Now, given our mission statement, which is the activation, the actualization, and application of our vision statement, that we are a holistic ministry for the entire family in order to save the lost, disciple believers, build strong families, and to be change agents for Christ in the community. We call ourselves life changers. How do we execute that? The first thing is that vision unifies us. Vision unifies. You got to grab a hold of that. It unifies. It unifies us. When we look at the text, that's what we see. That when they got a hold of the vision, it brings unity. The second thing is, it is meant, and we were sharing this, it is meant to counter evil in the world. And Habakkuk 1 and 1 through 4, it raises the question. They want to know, why is there such evil? And God, why aren't you doing something about it? Well, Habakkuk soon get a grip and says there is a vision that is written, but if we wait on it, it will come to pass. God will bring it to pass. But we got to have revelation from God. We got to have vision from God. If we don't, you cast off constraints and the people run wild, or they don't run at all. How about that? Well, they unify around a cause. The second thing is they counter the evil in the world. Vision for New Life and for every church is to counter evil in the world. And at New Life, we made it very clear, if we put our minds to it, we can do anything, but we can't do everything. We can do anything, but we can't do everything. Therefore, there are things that we are called to do specifically to counter evil, according to Habakkuk 1 through 4. There's some things that we have to do specifically. The third thing is it carries out the agenda of God in the earth. We are the herald, if you will. We're the ones that go to the marketplace with the revelation that God has given us, and we are speaking to it, the top of our lungs, at the top of the mountains, or in the deepest valley. That's what we do. And it's not just talking, it's walking it out as well. Well, unify around a cause, counter the evil in the world. Summary of yesterday. Go on New Life 2:1 and get the whole thing. Carry out the kingdom agenda of God. What's your takeaway this morning? Here's your takeaway. The takeaway is this: vision is what you should see every time you come to church. Bam. Bam. Every time you come to church, you ought to see vision. Absolutely. If you don't, then there's a problem with that church, and that church needs to reconsider how it's executing the vision that God has called them to do. Well, I hope this word blessed you. It blessed me, and it blessed me on yesterday. We're going to keep on drilling down on what God has called us to do as a mission that is activated through the vision that God has given us. A holistic ministry for the entire family, grounded in love, in order to save the lost, disciple believers, build strong families, and to be change agents for Christ in the community. Come on, let's do it together. Come on, let's counter evil. Come on, let's make sure that the kingdom agenda of God is advanced in the earth through us. And when you walk in new life, you ought to see the vision. Share the matter. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you.